kids, welcome back to our series. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. This is our last lesson in this series. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a race or in a competition that meant a lot to you and you won? How did that make you feel? When we do well and win, it makes us feel like we're on top of the world. We feel invincible. We feel like we can accomplish anything. Well, we're going to learn about someone in the Bible who had that same experience, but things didn't go exactly how he thought they would after his victory. We're going to find out more about that later, but first, I want you to check out this video.
Welcome back once again to another exciting episode of I Know It Sounds Crazy, but It's True. This is where we guide you through the weird, the wacky, the totally bonkers stories of the Bible. And they're all 100% true. Now today's lesson is completely action-packed. Well, it's about time. It's getting boring around here. It all starts with two of the most terrible, wicked, evil people to ever rule a country. Evil King Ahab and his wicked queen, Jezebel.
Jezebel!
Oh, that's scary. Seriously? Ahab and Jezebel were so evil that God punished them by sending a drought.
Oh dear! Anything but a drought! Wait, what's a drought?
It's when there's no rain, no water for weeks and weeks. Everything gets hot and dusty and dies. See, Ahab and Jezebel Stop it! Worshipped an evil god named Baal. The entire nation of Israel was forced to worship this false evil god, except for one man. You may have heard of him. He's kind of regarded as a Bible superhero, the prophet Elijah. Oh, finally, someone with a normal name. Elijah went before the king and queen, which had to be kind of scary, because they had 450 prophets of Baal, and he was just one guy. But Elijah said,
"Bring your 450 prophets of Baal and meet me at the top of Mount Carmel."
Who is that? Sorry, it's how I picture Elijah. He looks like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Bilbo Baggins.
So Elijah went to the top of Mount Carmel. I think it's pronounced caramel? No, it's Mount Carmel. It's a real place in the Middle East. You can Google it. And he met with the 450 prophets of Baal and also thousands of people from the nation of Israel. And he declared that it was going to be a trial by fire.
Fire!
So Elijah...
Fire!
Are you done?
I think so.
So Elijah...
Fire!
Can I please finish? Can it, hornhead?
Sorry.
There's an awful lot of yelling in this episode.
Anyway, Elijah met with the prophets of Baal and he declared,
"The God who answers by fire will be the one true God."
No.
Fire!
So the prophets of Baal, they build an altar. They put a sacrifice on it, and they dance and sing and chant around, begging the god Baal to send fire from heaven to burn up the sacrifice. And nothing happens. What did Elijah do? He started the smack talk.
Maybe your god Baal is on vacation. Maybe he's using the bathroom. Or perhaps taking a nap and needs to be woken up.
I like this guy. And so the prophets sing and dance and go even crazier. Still nothing. And then Elijah takes his offering, gets it soaking wet with water, and quietly says a prayer, begging God to show Israel that he is the one true God. As soon as that prayer leaves his lips, fire from heaven shoots down from the sky and burns it all up.
Can I say it now?
Yes, you can say it now.
Fire!
And then the drought was finally over, it rained, and they all lived happily ever after. Not exactly. There's still no rain, so Elijah told a servant to go to a cliff and look out over the sea to see if there is any sign of any clouds. What do you think happens next? Will they finally get rain? What about Queen Jezebel? Stop doing that! Well, you're gonna find out in today's lesson. Professor, it's time to hit the button. As long as we don't do that Jezebel thing again, I'm fine.
Elijah experienced an incredible victory with the help of God. But things didn't end up going the way he had planned. Rather than be celebrated as a hero, he ended up being on the run for his life. Sometimes when life doesn't go as we planned, we get sad. That sadness can lead to depression. That depression can really wear us down and make us feel completely weak. Today, you're going to learn about how God can strengthen us when we are weak. But right now, we need to check in with our friend, Disco Dave, and he's going to teach you what you gotta know.
Yo, what's happening, you crazy cats? It's me, Disco Dave, and I'm here to tell you what you gotta know. Today, we're talking about how God gives us strength. So today, every time you hear somebody ask you what you gotta know, you tell them, I know God will give me strength. Sometimes, life can just really wear you down. You just feel like you can't go on. Not gonna make it. I must lay down. But when you're out of strength, God can come along and pump you up. Woo! I feel good. So today, every time you hear somebody ask you what you gotta know, you tell them, I know God will give me strength. And that right there is what you gotta know. I'm Disco Dave saying, Dynamite!
Left, 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 right, left. Wake me up in 10, civilian.
Well, this isn't exactly the best place for a nap. Why are you so tired?
I am exhausted, civilian. We have some important government officials coming to base, and I was placed in charge of the all spit and shine. I've not slept in 24 hours. I'm on my way to buy more cleaning supplies so the crew doesn't run out.
Wow, that doesn't sound like fun, but I suppose it's necessary.
No fun and all necessary makes a tired major. Oh, I highly doubt I'm gonna make it. I just don't have the strength. Oh,
There, majorly skeptical. I know you're weak, but that's okay because God can give you strength.
Who said anything about weak? I just thought I'd be in charge of the welcoming committee, not the cleaning crew.
Well, I'm sorry it didn't go the way you expected. You know, it just so happens that our Bible lesson today is just what you need to hear. We are learning that God gives us strength when we are weak or tired. You should hang around and hear it.
I doubt this lesson is the answer to my tiredness, but I've never been disappointed with the Bible or what it has to say. I'll remain in the vicinity to hear the lesson.
Great! So who'd you say is going to visit your base? The president?
No, it's not the president. I'm going to take that nap now. Wake me in 8 minutes, civilian.
Now, Major, you really can't take your nap here. Maybe you can find a comfy couch somewhere? He is sound asleep. Major, wake up!
Oh, hurry up over there. Get those cowboys down, soldier. Spick and span is the name of the game.
Aw, he's dreaming. Poor guy. But we really need him to go lay down somewhere else. Maybe I can wake him up.
Whoa, quiet. Shh.
Oh, okay, he wants us to be quiet. But he's still asleep. I'll try a different maneuver. Major! Oh, Major! Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you. A whale with cotton in his ears that's 20,000 leagues under the ocean can hear you. You need to be quiet. I cannot clean with all your noise.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm out of ideas.
Yes, Mom. I gotta go, guys. My mom's calling me in for supper. It's chocolate tuna noodle casserole, my baby fave. See you all at practice time tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Wow, that was weird. I guess he was dreaming when he was a kid. What'd he say? Chocolate tuna noodle casserole? Ew. Okay, let's get back to our lesson with Miss Carol.
Thanks, Miss Rochelle. Sounds like the Major could really use today's lesson. The showdown on top of Mount Carmel proved to the entire nation of Israel that God was the real God and Baal, the so-called God of the weather, was not. The nation celebrated that God was the God who answered by fire. It was a pretty awesome moment. Elijah declared that God was about to send great rain upon the land. This was important because it had been a long time since it had rained in Israel. King Ahab knew that he was defeated, so he took off in his chariot, racing towards his home. What happened next was so incredible. The Bible says that God gave Elijah special strength. Elijah started running. He ran so fast that he passed Ahab's chariot and horses. And he didn't stop there. He ran all the way to Jezreel, 17 miles without stopping. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Isn't that incredible? Meanwhile, King Ahab went to his wife, evil Queen Jezebel, and told her all about what Elijah had done on Mount Carmel. When the queen heard how Elijah had defeated the prophets of Baal, she said, "I will make sure Elijah is dead by this time tomorrow." She sent a messenger to Elijah to tell him of her plans to kill him. When Elijah heard that Queen Jezebel was going to kill him, he ran for his life. Finally, he collapsed under a tree. He was exhausted, weary, and sad. He prayed, "I've had enough of this, Lord. Take my life." He was so tired of fighting against evil that he was just ready for God to let him die and take him to heaven. But God wasn't done with Elijah. An angel showed up and woke Elijah up from his sleep. He showed Elijah that he had brought him a cake and some water. The angel said, "Get up and eat, for the journey is too much for you." In the midst of Elijah's weakest moment, God gave him strength to carry on. God will do the same for us. When we are sad, weak, or depressed, God will strengthen us so we can do what He has called us to do. That is exactly what we're going to learn about today in our lesson. In today's Bible story, God did an amazing miracle through Elijah. After defeating the prophets of Baal, God sent rain to Israel. Then God empowered Elijah to run for 17 miles straight without stopping. He ran so fast, he outran King Ahab's chariot. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Suddenly, however, things changed for Elijah. He went from a high of winning against the prophets of Baal to a low of running for his life from Queen Jezebel. Why would this happen right then? Well, it sometimes happens that way for many people. Sometimes life doesn't go how you expect. Elijah had just won a huge victory against the prophets of Baal. He expected to be celebrated as a hero, not hunted down by the queen. He expected things to get easier, not harder. This happens sometimes. We expect things to go a certain way, but life takes an unexpected turn. Sort of the way this whole coronavirus situation has impacted us. We thought we had our whole summer planned, but suddenly everything changed. The devil knew that Elijah was feeling good, and he wanted to bring him down as soon as possible. It is often right after a huge spiritual victory that the enemy comes against you in a big way. You must be ready and anticipate that attack. Otherwise, the devil may succeed and bring you down. That seems to be what happened to Elijah. Elijah became so depressed, he was ready to quit. Do you remember what he prayed to God? He prayed, "I've had enough, Lord, take my life." He asked God to just take him to heaven so that he wouldn't have to deal with life's ups and downs anymore. He was worn out and defeated. You see, life's ups and downs can make you tired. It is difficult to deal with all of life's ups and downs. Each one of you can end up just like Elijah if you're not careful. That doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human. The ups and downs of life can exhaust you. It wore Elijah down so much that he just wanted to die. But that is when you must remember, when I am weak, God gives me strength. Elijah wanted to die, but God had other plans. Instead of answering Elijah's prayer to let him die, God sent an angel to bring him food. Just as God had in the past, God provided for Elijah. He gave Elijah the strength he needed for the journey God had planned for him. I've asked Miss Rochelle to come up on stage, and she's going to demonstrate something for you. She has weights on her arms, and she is going to hold up her arms as long as she can. So Miss Rochelle, just tell us when you're tired of holding up your arms. That's pretty tough, isn't it? You had enough? Okay. Well, what if I come behind Miss Rochelle and hold up her arms? Does that make it easier? Of course it does. Thank you, Miss Rochelle. Life is a lot like that. The weight we carry from all the burdens of life can weigh us down and make us weak. Now, it feels much better when someone is holding up your arms, right? Of course it is. You see, when we are weak, God comes along and holds us up. He gives us strength to accomplish His will for our lives. Just like our power verse says, He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. When you are down and feeling weak, ask God for strength. He strengthened Elijah, He will strengthen you. When life gets you down, look up. Well, kids, that's all for now. May God bless you and keep you. May the Lord shine His face upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look upon you and give you peace. Amen. Sing along with a song based on Isaiah 40:29. See you next week. Bye for now.
Strength arises, we wait.